Halo guys, nih mau main game sebenarnya. Kan karena pada gabut, nggak ngapa-ngapain, jadi cuma main game asal. Aku live-in. Udah, aku matiin share screen ya.
Boleh, nggak apa-apa.
Jadi ya, udah lah ya, lihat aja lah apa yang aku mainin.
Now, have a look to your left.
Ini baru mulai sih sebenarnya.
These plugs control everything in the studio. I've left them set up for you, so provided you haven't fiddled with them, all you have to do now is throw the master trip switch and we're in business. Once you've got the power on, face the front again. You can see on the broadcast screen that we're in the end titles for the show before us. Fortunately, they go on for fucking ages, so there's plenty of time for me to explain. Oh, right, okay, they're over, so we haven't got long now till the broadcast. Right, quickly, mate, look down under the desk. You can see a load of videotapes on the left. They're your adverts. Pick any three and load them into the machines on the right. When you've done that, look up to the front again.
That's followed at 8 p.m. by the award-winning documentary series The Shape of Now, which tonight looks at the history of the knee-length clock and its importance during the Great Blackouts of 1871. Not one to miss. At 9 p.m, sit back and relax with multiple award-winning movie The Freedom.
When you get the signal, select screen 1 with the vision mixer and we're ready to go.
Prawn and mayonnaise?
You know,
Slimy will be grilling
costumes.
Yeah, thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day, you offer me.
economist Katie Bateman.
10 seconds, everybody. That's how I show love.
You're trying to kill me.
And yet you persist, going in 5, 4.
But now, it's time to join Jeremy Donaldson.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight.
Okay, we're all good. Next thing is going to be to throw to the news titles on screen 2. There'll be a countdown, but I'll count you in as well. Just relax, mate. It's all gravy.
Buys Honest Andy's Totally Independent and corners the flowered market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hamsleeves wins Sports Personality of the Year. And a spoonful of sugar. Megan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Blunderclatch about his new movie, The Medicated. And, of course, we'll be going live to Advance headquarters to hear what the leaders of this fledgling party have to say on their historic...
Right, button 2 in 3, 2, 1. Lovely, mate. Next thing is to throw back to Jeremy with button 1 when that globe in the middle shrinks down and vanishes. Here it comes. Switch to screen 1. Now. Lovely, mate.
First, the votes are in and it's a decisive win for Advance. The landslide victory, with an astonishing 81% of the popular vote, is the biggest election win in living memory. Advance appealed to voters up and down the country with their bold promises of permanent change. But critics have accused him of a severe lack of actual policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly. However, former Home Secretary...
Right, it's going well. All you've got to do now is play the advert at the end of the segment. Make sure you don't play it too early or we'll all get fired. Now, the clock at the top is counting you down to the advert. When it reaches 0, press one of the 3 play ad buttons over there at the bottom right. I normally play the first one at the first break and so on, but you can play them in any order you want. I'll count you into it as well, but keep your eye on the clock.
To hear the co-leader's acceptance speech.
And 3, 2, 1, advert.
Aku lanjut
Back, everybody.
nonton The
Jeremy,
Rookie
I need you to fill after the ads.
agar menjadi
Thanks so much
polisi
for
yang
so
baik.
late. I thought I'd ask him about the election.
Personally, I wouldn't try to
Kenapa?
confuse him with any big words.
That's the same policy we use with you. I thought that was our little secret. It's all right, he doesn't remember anything I tell him.
I'm deeply uncomfortable with your burgeoning friendship.
Me too.
Yeah.
Wicked. We made it to the first ad break. You're doing great, mate. But this is where it starts getting a bit trickier. This next sequence is what we call a multicam sequence because you're going to be
Namanya
cutting
juga
between
menjadi
multiple
broadcast.
cameras to keep things interesting. A lot of it's down to personal taste, but here's 3 good rules of thumb.
These aren't my
1.
cards. Please
Try and keep the shot on whoever is doing the talking. 2. Don't stay on the same shot for too long, 10 seconds at the most. So if you're on the person who's talking, try and throw in the odd reaction.
No shot longer than 10
Pull
second
out
itu
the
maksudnya apa?
wide shot for a bit, just to keep it interesting. 3.
No shot longer
Don't stay on
than...
reaction shots
Oh,
for
jadi
too
nggak
long.
boleh
A couple of
nge-skip
seconds
lebih
is
dari
usually
10 detik
enough.
ya?
Then the audience want to see who's doing the
Nggak
talking.
boleh,
Yeah? Stick to
nggak
these
boleh
rules and
kurang
you'll
dari
be
10 detik.
fine. It's not as complicated as it sounds.
Eh.
You've seen programs on
Nomor
television.
short
Shot
dan
Make it look
no
like
longer
those.
than
short.
10
Might as
second.
well get screen 1
Ya,
selected
10
now.
second kan
No
nggak
need
boleh
to wait for the
lebih
broadcast
dari
to start.
nggak boleh.
Try and stay ahead,
Lebih dari
mate.
10 detik.
Iya.
in the studio.
Pokoknya belibet.
Thank you so much. 10 seconds, everybody. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later, we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance. But first,
Get
off,
ready to go to Megan on screen 4.
is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolfe, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare
Right,
to
go
the
to
shot
Blunderclatch
film
on screen 3 when she says his
joined
name.
today by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear, I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is among
Switch to
the
2 for the wide now.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Right, now just try and stay on whoever's
Your
talking.
latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Rat, that's Peter Jensen, the director. Do you know him? He's a wonderful chap, he really is. I've worked with him on several movies, all
Give us a
kinds.
look at Megan's reaction.
I said to Peter,
No? Alright then.
what a wild ride this has been. And do you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that that was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all others. A love, of course.
Been on that shot a bit long.
A love, of course. I think it's grossed over $1 billion.
Remember the 10-second rule.
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others,
Cek,
I'm
cek, cek,
sure.
cek, 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 suara gue aman gak? Suara gue aman gak? Suara gue aman gak?
Ada
Jelek gak? Aneh gak? Kecil gak? Oke.
That is a beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer.
Kalau
Like you, I'm afraid. Cut me, and I will bleed. And often, that's how it feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding. Doesn't it? Giving. Suffering for one's audience.
Audience is getting bored, mate.
I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I inspire. The little people. But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the
Mix
world.
it up a bit, eh?
And today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But,
Give us a reaction shot.
I've always been quite clear that when it comes
Bored
to
with this shot,
politics,
mate?
that one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Shit, he swore. Oh, well, don't worry, he won't do it again.
Sorry, I said fuck.
Shit, he did it again. Okay, don't panic. I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the break.
Medicated, which opens next week.
Right,
around
they've swapped the shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll get a countdown on the screen, but I'll just let Megan cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look. Exciting stuff.
God, looks like Blunderclatch is really losing it in the studio. I'd love to hear what he's saying, but we can't find out now. We'll go to the Russia's room together once the broadcast's over.
I don't understand it. You think I don't know that?
Nolans, we mustn't. Think of Carol.
That's Dr. Lance to you, Miss Flanagan. I did it for you, baby. All for you.
Dr. Hemlock.
We're gonna change the world, you remember? Won't I listen to you?
Dr. Hemlock.
You told me, but I didn't listen.
Doctor.
I'm drowning, Lance, you said.
You need to see this.
No, it's all too late.
Look at this!
The virus. The sterility. This formula. This is the key.
We could stop it all.
Yes, we could stop it all. We have to ask ourselves. At the end of the clip, you'll want to play another ad. Remember to use the clock at the top to count you in. Right, I guess I better explain how to deal with bleeping out swear words. As you've probably noticed, the broadcast screen, here, is about 2 seconds behind the master screen, here. When someone says a naughty word, the bleep button lights up, like this. 2 seconds later, you'll hear that swear word going out on the broadcast, and you need to hold down the bleep button, or the spacebar on your keyboard, for as long as the swear word lasts. It can take a bit of practice getting used to hearing 2 things at once. Just stay calm, and you'll get it. And if you can't tell when to bleep, just above the button, you'll literally be able to see the sound scrolling by. All you gotta do is hold it down while the red bit is over the red line. Simple. Of course, if you do it by eye, you'll have to take your eye off the screens. That's why real professionals do it by ear. Most people like to have the volume of the broadcast screen a little bit below the master screen. Let's set it now.
This is a crazy deal with meal appeal. You don't want no lame-ass chair.
Mate, if you don't turn up the broadcast volume, you won't be able to time your bleeps. Good. You're set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes a little practice, but I'll try and help you through it and soon we'll have you bleeping like a pro. Remember, button lights up, count 1, 2, and hold it down. Remember to select screen 1 now that you've got the feed. Don't wait for the broadcast to go live. That's too late. You can use the number buttons on your keyboard, 1 to 4.
We got it, you want it, you pay us. You want it, we got it, you want it. You want it, we got it, you pay us.
Welcome back. And I'm told we can now go live to advance headquarters. I'm told we can now go live to advance headquarters. Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury are about to make their acceptance address.
Cut to the outside broadcast. Oh shit, he's pissed. Get ready to bleep.
Thank you all for coming, and, well, thank you all for coming, and, well, where do I start?
They said we couldn't do it. They said we couldn't do it. Every dirty, low-down, lying, dirty, low-down, lying, southern... For you, lay out again.
Nice.
You saw right through there,
I'm sorry about the language there. I'm sorry about the language there.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebrations. Coarser than the grown is funny. Coarser than the grown is...
Memorably put. But to be honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating? Throughout the campaign, you've heard us say that advance are not a political party. Advance are not a political party. It's what you have when things are going well. It's what you have when things are going well. You don't need a party. When the country is suffering, you don't need a party. A team that can change things. A team that can change. But today is day one of a new future. A fairer future. A better. So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the rich. For them the party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their shitty pants on and opening their dusty checkbook. Pants on and opening their dusty checkbook.
Again, colourfully put, but not before we came out here to address the nation, we used our executive powers we used our Assets and Wealth Act to pass the Assets and Wealth Office. We have produced working within the tax office with every person in the country with wealth into the millions. You know this sort of problem. You know this sort of problem. Because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their gated communities. Tomorrow we will be introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system in this country. No more hiding wealth offshore. No more hiding wealth funds or creative accounting, trust funds or creative accounting, unavoidable set of tax laws, unavoidable set of tax laws.
Public school snobs have got nowhere to hide. I've got nowhere to hide. We revoke your passport. We revoke your passport. You want to leave like you threatened before the election. Before the election. That's fine. You're going to pay first. You're going to pay back.
Advance are going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals to properly fund health and education, to properly fund health and education, to raise the living standards of us all.
We'd have to raise billions. We'd have to raise you'll see when we've reclaimed what's ours. That's absolute. So to you posh twats.
So to people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs, to serve them drinks in their private clubs. The people whose children you raise. Advance have this to say to you. Advance have this to say to you. We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and your vineyards. We will put the wealth of this country back. We will put the wealth of this country back in the hands of the people who created it. In the hands of the people who created it.
Today.
Yes. It ends today. It ends and tomorrow today. We'll start making it fair again. We'll start making it fair again. Promised we would. Just like we promised we would.
And until then, ladies and gents, we all get pissed.
I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time.
Well, interesting acceptance speech there from the leaders of advance. And our apologies for the fruity language. And our apologies for the fruity language. Bleeped out for you in time. Hopefully we got that bleeped out for you in time. Someone's going to be in trouble. If not, someone's going to be in trouble. So, as the country braces itself for new government, that's all from us this evening at the National Nightly News. That's all from us this evening at the National Nightly News. With full coverage of the first day under Advance. With full coverage of the first day under Advance. Have a peaceful... I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
Right, looks like you've got it now. Thanks for all the help, mate. I've got to go. Ferry's about to leave. Probably won't be coming back. Job's yours, mate. Good luck.
Same old boring politics, then.
Is this some weird fever dream?
Well, we're not sure, but here in St Bumley on the Tape, we've got a big hill and the bus comes twice daily.
Tomorrow night.
Not going for a drink?
Visit picturesque St Bumley this summer and experience a holiday that's simply unlike any other.
When the programme's finished, you'll get a broadcast report. It's 3 pages. This first page shows you how well the broadcast went. Each sequence and an overall grade. Remember, grades mean bonuses, and they keep the boss happy. If you want to know more about how it went, select more info. If not, select continue to move to the next page. Right, this is an optional section for when you really want to understand what happened during the show. You've got a graph there showing you what the audience did. They're a fickle fucking bunch. And of course, you can really drill into the details if you want to get better at making TV. I never came here, never once. Right, this is the important page. It tells you how much you're going to get paid and how much wealth you have over it. That bollocks at the bottom shows you the financial state of our main advertisers. But you don't own any fucking shares, you're cleaner for God's sake, so why would you care? This is the last page and it tells you the state of the world, tells you how well the government's doing, and down the bottom there, this one's important, tells you what Channel 1 currently thinks of you. In other words, what the boss thinks. Alright mate, welcome to the archive. This is where you can have a quick look back at what you've done and how it looked to the public. There's 3 sections: broadcast, rushes and adverts. Let's start with broadcast. Click on it now. Over on the left, that's all the broadcasts that you've done. Click on any one of them and hit load tape. Once it's finished loading, you can use the rewind and the fast forward at the bottom there to help you get to the bit you want to see.
In a few moments, we'll be going live to tonight's National Nightly News. But before that...
Right, click on rushes and let's have a look at those. Right, this is the rushes route. It's pretty simple. The 4 screens you can see, they're going to show you the 4 signals you got from the studio during the actual broadcast. Difference is you can mute any combination of them so you can have a listen to the stuff you weren't allowed to show. Select the broadcast and give it a go. And when you're done listening to the backstage secrets, hit back.
Prawn and mayonnaise?
You know seafood makes me come out in pustules.
Yeah, I thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day. You offer me prawns every day.
10.
These aren't my cards. Please tell me these aren't my cards.
No, they're the right ones, apparently.
But this gives me...
Telat gak, Kak? Enggak kok. Nggak ada pernah telat, ini juga baru mulai gamenya. Udah nggak tahu ini game apa sebenarnya. Udah broadcastan doang.
Game kasual.
Game kasual.
Saking kasualnya nggak tahu judul temanya apa.
Set up and get on with it, eh? So I can get back to my guests. First of all, let's get the power on. You need to get at least the bottom 4 plugs on. Right, let's load up the adverts. You might want to have a bit of a think about it. Your decisions have consequences, don't they? headline system up and working again, and the vision mixer's already in headline mode because headlines always come at the start. It's really simple, mate. These two buttons at the bottom of the vision mixer, you can see they now have A and B on them, and they're to help you pick image A on the left bottom screen here, or image B on the right bottom screen here. It's really simple. This little clock here will count down the number of seconds you have to make your decision. Now you're in auto headline mode, so if you don't bother to pick a photo before that clock runs out, the machine's just going to pick one at random for you. I just want to say one more thing, mate. The pictures you choose to show of these people, well, that's how the public is going to perceive them, and that's going to affect their lives. So like with the adverts, choose carefully. And we're off. Good luck, mate. If I get time off, I'll be back in the next break. Yeah, I'm coming, darling.
Snuggle hugs?
That's the bastard.
Yeah, I wouldn't get one of those. My friend Janet says theirs gets really hot.
Is this Janet who thinks dogs have their own secret language?
Yeah, the one that mistrusts the moon. 10 seconds, everybody!
Not the best source of consumer advice, then.
Don't blame me when it explodes. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Time to go over to Jeremy Donaldson for tonight's.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight. Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future might hold with a leading economist and radical free thinker. With the Assets and Wealth Act on the brink of raising living standards for the vast majority of the country, I'll be asking my guess if we're on the way to a new future. Out with the old, Remington's Fist have appointed Sophia Remington as their new CEO. The following photo, taken from our archive, gives us a sense of this influential young firebrand who, at the tender age of 23, becomes the youngest female CEO in history. Sophia Remington has always impressed. She was top of her class at university and graduated with the highest honours, immediately being asked back to lecture. The markets have responded favourably to Sophia's appointment, with stocks rising 30 points in light of the announcement. In her first press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snugglehugs. Sophia promises it'll be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised about the product's safety. Making a splash. Intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and marine biologist Ingrid Swarsborg-Horgensford have today set off to explore Dante's taint. The recently discovered cave system was previously thought unreachable, but thanks to a new breakthrough in underwater flower technology, the pair hope to successfully reach the imposing central cavern and the undiscovered plant species it contains. This is, of course, only the latest in a series of successful expeditions for this unlikely pairing. In a joint statement about the dangers their team might face, the pair stated, "We will face the plentiful challenges together like we always have." Playing the field, Bruno's abandoned as sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves is snapped leaving Bush, one of the capital's hottest clubs. The footballer was caught while out celebrating being named Sports Personality of the Year last week, as reported by this very programme. Johnny is seen here with socialite and performance artiste Tiffany Lamore, whose recent show, Snatched Inside My Snatch, has kept her firmly in the public eye. Could romance be on the cards for these two budding A-listers? And grievous bodily charm. With Advance promising a radical new position on crime, how afraid should we actually be? I'll be going live around the country to talk with people who've seen the criminal justice system from every perspective. With more and more powers passing to the police, and less oversight, are we using an Advance-shaped sledgehammer to crack a nut? All that and mega more with a group of young actors who are already experiencing the positive side of the new Assets and Wealth Act firsthand. They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News. In the wake of the government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act, we're talking about Advance's first week in office and what the new future holds. Joining me are Katie Brightman, a leading economist, and Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. Alan, the government certainly haven't dragged their heels on delivering some of the legislation they promised. But what does the Wealth Act mean for us?
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
A confident dismissal there. Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I don't, no. I think that Advance have realised that the current economic system of unlimited, unending growth is untenable, so they're changing things up.
There I agree with you. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan.
Grand plan, Alan?
It's all in my book. Alan James is right, Jeremy. We're to become the great herd, ignorant, sterile and short-lived. That's what they want.
Or perhaps Advance have just realised that if we carry on the way we are, we will destroy ourselves and this planet in a mad orgy of consumption, if you'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes, orgy is the right word. Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs. It's all in my book. Alan James is...
Shamelessly self-promoting? Katie, how do you think the rest of the world will respond to this new approach?
I think they're watching carefully. Advance are the most disruptive threat that the world powers have faced since the last Great War.
Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable.
Thank you, but that isn't
And this will not be a war like we've ever seen before. We're talking millions of deaths. We're talking high-tech weapons that can level entire cities. We're talking...
Out of the wrong orifices?
Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camps for hypno-brainwashing, who will be laughing then?
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know full well that isn't going to happen in a democracy.
Democracy is dead.
Yes, Advance are radical, and change is always frightening, but the truth is that the Wealth and Assets Act has made more than 90% of the population wealthier and is on target to produce a permanent end to poverty.
Bollocks! What this young lady doesn't understand, Jeremy, is that these are the same people. Maybe they've rebranded, but it's all a little circus act to keep us from seeing the tyrant behind the curtain.
That's where you're wrong, Alan. For a start, they've mobilised the youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilise, I call it grooming. The grooming of an entire generation to walk happily into eternal bondage. They're like psychic paedophiles.
But based on the facts, Katie, what are your predictions?
The Assets and Wealth Act is only the first step. Advance now have a historic budgetary surplus, and as well as properly funding our public services, they're already funneling unprecedented amounts into scientific research and the arts.
Or, as I call them in my book, Frankenscience and opiates. Like opiates, see?
Can we get back to the issue at hand, please, Alan?
This is the issue. It's all coming from the water, the chemicals. They're pumping it full of belief juice.
Don't get me wrong. I want to see these changes, but only if they're sustainable. If Advance lose their power after spending half of our GDP on dismantling infrastructure, that could be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their puppet show.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan, what does the future look like to you?
A bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomized into submission.
No, of course. Katie?
We might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we need some change, but we need to be cautious. Let's walk forwards with our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future there. Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. When we come back, I'll be investigating law and order before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News.
1 minute back.
You know, I think they might do some good.
I hope so too, Jeremy.
How much are you being paid by them, then?
Shut the fuck up, Alan. I've never heard so much shit in my life.
Well, we'll see who's full of shit, won't we?
Alan, I can explain it to you, but unfortunately, I can't understand it for you.
Well, I don't know what she meant by that.
Oh, kukira suaranya keresak-keresak dari YouTube kamu, ternyata aku lagi jalan di salju keresak-keresak. Aku lagi main Red Dead kali ini. Aku dengerin streaminganmu, aku nonton Ruki, aku main Red Dead.
10 seconds, everybody.
Keren kan?
If that sticks,
Pusing kepala aku tuh.
4, 3.
Nah, pemain ini fokus banget soalnya bener-bener cerita hari ini.
Welcome back. In our second segment,
Apa?
we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order in our country. Advance have already tasked what they are calling a solutions team to move this serious social problem to the top of the list. Tonight, we go behind the headlines to meet the people who live with the criminal justice system every day of their lives. First up, we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line. Can you hear me, Gregory?
Yes, I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads on our desks.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Well, we can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy. There just simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the problem.
Greg?
We need more support from ministers. Helen, what are you doing? We need change at a structural level, Jeremy.
I'm leaving, Greg.
Not a good time, darling.
It never is it? I'll be at my mother's.
Just hang on. The problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson.
Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
No. Well, the affairs of the Justice Department that we should be concerned about.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
We need legislation to relieve the pressure on our public
Sorry
servants.
to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving him?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. By Police Chief Constable Bob Peel, a man with a very different perspective on our nation's crime. Do you think there's a problem with the system, Bob?
I'm sure we all do, Jeremy. I'm sure we all long for a return to the days when you could safely walk the streets of your community at night, looking in through windows and generally enjoying your neighbours without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife. Or kosh.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe anymore? Where have we gone wrong, Bob?
Well, that's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay. We've diluted our culture and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this once great country. Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably shouldn't have banned hanging.
And to what do you attribute this moral decay?
Foreigners, gays and gypsies mainly. It's all in the Bible. Look, Leviticus clearly states that... Oh,
Siapa lagi, anjing?
Jeremy, you bloody gypsy. Delia, could you give me a little help, please, dear? As I was saying, Jesus didn't like immigrants much, did he?
And just to be clear, you think it's the immigrants who are responsible for the moral decay?
Absolutely, Jeremy. Back in your box, Clive. Back in your box. Delia, I really could use a little help with this.
Oh, sorry, darling. I was spaying the badger.
I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, could you put him back in his box?
Oh, Clive, you know it's Wednesday. You go back in your gimp space.
And
Off you go.
whose responsibility is it to make a change, Bob?
Well, it is certainly not the responsibility of the decent, good, white people.
Darling, where's the padlock?
Oh, hold on just a moment.
Oh, Clive! Naughty boy. Mummy said get
Clive, I am not having this again.
Mummy said get back in your gimp space. No! Naughty! You beast, Clive!
As I was saying, Jeremy, moral decay. Crime is the responsibility of the criminal. No one else. Look, everyone has a sob story, but we don't all end up as barbarians, do we? Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A-, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of the pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Thank you, Bob. Bob Peel there, really locking down the police's position on morality for us.
In you are.
Right, hopefully uninterrupted. It's time to get to the heart of the matter. Tony Dawson has recently been released from prison after serving 3 years for aggravated assault, burglary and menacing a swan. He's agreed to talk to us today, which is also, I believe, his birthday. Many happy returns, Tony.
Cheers, Jez. Call me Titwank Tony. Everybody else does.
No, I'm not going to be doing that. Can you tell us what it's like in prison, Tony?
Titwank Tony. Hey! Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's quite nice, but it's a constant battle against institutionalisation, as you can imagine. And obviously, titwanks are quite hard to come by.
I'm picking up that you're not alone there, Tony.
Titwank Tony. Hey! Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Good bunch of lads.
Okay, well, we're trying to let you get back to that party as soon as possible. First, let me ask you this. Do you feel that your time spent in prison helped to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Titwank Tony. Tit. I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez. I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez.
Sopen!
I think asking that is an oversimplification. I think
It sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony. Sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony. But since leaving custody, have you been able to find a new custody?
Yeah, all the boys are here. Big Chris. Yeah, all the boys are here. Chris. Big Chris. And Vampire Chris. Little Chris. And Vampire Chris.
This one's, yeah?
Yeah.
One sec, love. He's on the news. One sec, love. He's on the news. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, you know. It's inherently unjust, you know. It's inherently unjust.
So, do you feel tempted to... Who's this
You are joking. Chrissy Free's only got Mr. Fancy. Chrissy Free's only got Mr. Fancy, oh. Not now, fellas, I'm on the news. Not now, fellas, I'm on the news.
It seems like we've caught you at a bad time. It seems like we've caught you at a bad time.
I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here. I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here.
Yes, we seem to be losing a signal there, Tony. Seem to be losing a signal there, Tony. Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. I think we... Tony, I mean, 2 seconds. How does this happen? 2 seconds. How does this happen? Well, we seem to have lost our train of thought. Hopefully you, the viewer at home, have managed to gain a broader understanding of the serious and complex issues around law and order. Megan will be live with some plucky young thespians. We'll be back. Don't go away after these messages.
1 minute back, everybody.
Alan J.
Mate, I ain't got long and I'm quite drunk. It's been a great night. In this next section, there's a bit of music. If you edit in time with the music, you can see the result on the vision mixer, and the public will love that. Don't worry if you don't know, you won't get punished for it or nothing. Just try and stay in the groove. Also, one last tip, when the music starts, turn down the broadcast volume. Right, enjoy the music bit. God, I love music. God, I'm so pissed. I think I might go and throw up in a bit.
Alan James, and I'll slap you so hard with the truth, you'll still be picking facts out of your face the following Wednesday.
Alan James, coming to a city near you. Check local press for dates and times.
Welcome to Black. I'm Megan Wolf. And on tonight's Culture Spot, I'll be chatting with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people who today received a grant from Advance to take their play on a tour of local secondary schools. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley
We are Megan. We're overwhelmed, to be honest. We are Megan. We're overwhelmed, to be honest. Is that right? And I believe Charlotte's my oldest. I'm the older, more popular one. I'm the older, more popular.
Harriet and Trey were really the ones who came up with the whole idea. Shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, hey.
So I went to look for a drama teacher.
But she'd been laid off due to budget. I directed a pantomime when I was at university, so I knew the ropes as it were. So I knew the ropes as it were.
Yes, that's me. Jeff, algebra.
Yes, that's me. Jeff, algebra. Maths, thanks, Steve.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
As is theatre. History. Aristotle. I just think that when we travel around all these problems, they say, hey, I really want to be like those attractive kids. I really want to be like those attractive kids. And that's a very beautiful and powerful thing. And they touch our audiences.
I suppose with a surname like algebra, there was really only one choice of career for me. There was really only one choice of career for me. My wife, laugh about it.
Angela Algebra.
About it. Yes.
Angela Algebra.
Yes.
We just want to bring a bit of song and joy. We just want to bring a bit of song and joy into people's lives. And teach people about the difficult issues. And teach people the issues in the play are what really matter. The issues in the play are what really matter.
And I think you're going to be showing us an extract from this play.
Put into context. That's right. I play a young first year who's having some troubles at school.
Doesn't actually have a name. Yeah, because doesn't actually have a name. She's like, because all of us. She's like,
it's like a metaphor. It's like maybe she's you at home, or like maybe she's you at home, or like maybe she's
yeah, thanks, Steve. Put it in, coach. Yes, yeah, thanks, Steve. Put it in, coach. Yes, thanks, Steve.
I'm going to have a little chat with your teacher while you run off and get ready. I can't wait to see it. Run off and get ready. I can't wait to see it. That's it. That way. That's it. That way. So, Jeff, when did you first hear about the grant? When did you first hear about?
Apa?
from advance 2 days ago. At the school. A letter from the headmaster arrived at the school. The headmaster, his secretary, retrieved it from his bin and brought it to me. Retrieved it from his bin and brought it to me. I also threw it in the bin.
How did you react?
I also threw it in the bin. And Trey rescued it. But then Harriet and Trey rescued it at the bottom of the page. And next thing you know, we're on tour. And next thing you know, we're on tour.
Well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting from now on. Guess which way you'll be voting from now on.
Angela and I don't usually vote. Funny because Angela and I don't usually vote. I'm a mathematician, of course, and she's a mathematician, of course, but she's a paraplegic. We did used to watch that Peter Clements DIY show back in the day. And so we thought, back in the day, why not? And so let's have a go with this whole democracy thing. Let's have a go with this whole democracy thing.
Good stuff.
And here we
Brilliant. So let's have a look at a short section of have a look at a short section of Hey, friendship.
Dear Diary. Dear Diary. I'm not sure I can take another day at school. I'm not sure I can take another day at this school. Another day of tears. Another day of tears. Another day of fears. Another day of fears. But still I walk the corridors alone. But still I walk the corridors alone. Dreading what might be around every corner. Dreading what might be around every corner. What's around the corner? What's around the corner? What's around the corner? Hi, Gary.
Oh, heavens,
hi,
no!
Gary.
It's Gary the Fist!
Oh, heavens, no!
It's Gary the Fist!
Gary the Fist!
Going somewhere, little first year. Going somewhere, little first
year.
year.
I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning. Will this make me feel better about my violent Will this make me feel better about my violent father?
Excuse me, I'm late for maths. Excuse me, it's my favourite subject. I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. And so important.
Maths is for losers.
What?
Maths is for losers.
My arm's stuck.
Maths is
Keep going for fuck's
My
sake.
arm's stuck.
Keep going for
Maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money. Now, give me your lunch money.
Double lunch for me today, but double lunch for me today when I'm eating. Why I'm only truly happy when I'm eating.
Not today, Gary the Fist. Not today,
What do you mean not today? Who are you? What do you mean not today? My arm's free coat.
Brilliant, keep going.
My arm's free coat.
Brilliant, keep going.
Who are you to stand up to me? Who are you to stand up to me? And you're just a sad little girl with two who's all alone. Dads. Who's all alone.
That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. These are my two new friends. Vanessa is captain of the netball team. Vanessa is captain of the netball team. And Blake owns a motorbike. And Blake owns a motorbike.
But I can't fight all three of you. I can't fight all three of you. And I don't have any friends of my own.
Take a look at me.
Halo, aku mati lampu. Jadi aku ngechat di WA aja. Thank you, Bapak. Mati lampu.
Ya, halo.
Sabar ya. Bye-bye.
It's my choice to remain. So stop now, make a different choice.
Hey, listen up, I won't take no crap. Who said middle class girls can't rap? I ain't afraid of your cruel lads. I'm a mother-loving rebel, but I still love maths.
Hey, kids, I'm Gary the Fist. People think that folks like me probably shouldn't exist. But that's just prejudice, and I'd do better if you knew the way that I became Gary the Fist. I grew up on a council estate. The park was hip, but the flats weren't great. My dad used to come home drunk and late, and he'd hit my mum, and for dinner he had to wait. Where's my dinner?
It's not ready.
Where's my dinner, woman? Don't make me ask you again.
Hitting women is wrong.
I guess life's pretty hard on a council estate. 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 It's so damn hard on a council estate.
Life can be peachy keen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you work as a team.
Just work as a team.
It's your choice to be me.
It's my choice.
So stop now, make a different choice. Listen to that inner voice. Friendship!
Yes!
Friendship!
Yes!
Well, thankfully that's all we have time for tonight on the National Nightly News. Join us tomorrow night for all the headlines from across the country. My name is Jeremy Donaldson. My name is Jeremy Donaldson.
Oh, that was brilliant!
What the literal fuck was that?
I believe that was art.
You
I believe I've got a 14-inch cock, but
and
don't
they
make it
just
so.
love
I have a similar belief about adequate paychecks.
It is state-of-the-art human like voice to keep them
out of my
company
studio.
when you can't.
If you keep me happy, I'll keep you safe.
And his incredible real-action eyes.
Broke S4 jadi pouring ada. Kenapa? Oh. And that's High Christmas. Oh. Merry fucking Christmas. Denzel.
evening, Alex. It's Bozeman here, your boss. While you're powering up and getting the adverts loaded, I thought I should just tell you that we've had one of those public information films from the government, and it's mandatory that you play it. You still have a free choice for the other two, so read those tape labels carefully, but make sure you play the advance advert, preferably at the second break. Right, that's the lot. Have a great show. Toodle hip. My God, that was nasty.
Oh, how's it going with Steve?
Why are all men such pricks?
That one, eh?
Apparently he has a complicated relationship with his fate.
No.
Sorry, are you saying he chose his imaginary friend in the sky over you?
I don't know why I talked to you.
You're probably just a really awful date.
10 seconds, everybody. Like I said, all of you.
Did your personality accidentally slip out?
Pricks. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. Our main stories tonight.
Uncooperative. A mysterious symbol has appeared overnight on thousands of buildings throughout the capital.
Tonight, in an exclusive live interview with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, I'll be asking what this mysterious symbol might mean.
After 3 months of record-breaking approval ratings, could this be the daring first move of a silent resistance movement? And what would that mean as we go into the future?
We shall overcome. Trapped in Dante's taint for more than a month now, doctors Ingrid Svorsborg-Horgensvoord and David Wong announced today that they're considering 2 possible options.
With 2 of the finest minds in science working together, hopes are still high for the eventual return of the team to dry land.
While both options are still on the table, support seems to be growing for a daring escape attempt. If a group of fungus experts can't fix the most advanced craft ever conceived by man, then who can?
Bearing their opinions, the formerly rich are fighting back with a naked protest.
Our very own Robin Short was on hand earlier today when this new protest group first presented themselves.
Spokesman Wentworth Somerset Bentley said today, "They've had the shirts off our backs. They might as well have the rest of it too." And while it's easy to laugh, perhaps we should all just be pondering how desperate the formerly rich are to regain their power.
Table for 2. Johnny Hamsleeves and Tiffany Lamour were spotted having a private moment out at lunch today.
The popular couple have certainly been on a roller coaster since they started dating late last year. And this image is sure to place them firmly back in the tabloids.
Could we be on the verge of the biggest celebrity wedding since professional wrestler Randy Grizzlenuts McFridge married his longtime tag team partner Tina Tiny Hands last year in a wrestling ring made entirely of cake?
Is this once celebrated role model about to become the bad boy of sport?
And onwards and upwards. In an attempt to put the Mr. Snugglehugs disaster behind them, Remington's Fist CEO Sophia Remington today announced a brand new product that already has the markets buzzing with interest.
This groundbreaking product came as quite a shock when it was revealed earlier today, though its critics are sceptical that the young CEO can fulfill her promises.
Described as a breakthrough far ahead of its time, the male contraceptive pill is heralding a sexual revolution. Its fans are celebrating the fact that men can finally take equal responsibility for contraception. But others have expressed concerns over its...
With that exclusive Prime Ministerial interview coming up later,
and our very own Patrick Bannon coming to you live from the first annual Sports Board final.
You won't want to miss a second of tonight's. You won't want to miss a second of tonight's National Nightly News.
After the Christmas horror caused by Mr. Snugglehugs, we have an exclusive interview with one of the victims.
Poor 7-year-old Timmy Tadlock. Like so many of those affected by the Christmas bloodbath, has spent the last 3 months undergoing a series of reconstructive facial surgeries.
He spoke for the first time since the tragedy.
Before we go to the interview, however, this station would like to issue a full and frank apology for any part we may have played in the tragedy. For any part we should never have advertised Mr. Snugglehugs. We should never have advertised Mr. Snugglehugs. The sheer scale of this tragedy, and now upwards of 8,000 casualties, now upwards of 8,000 casualties.
On behalf of the Nightly News team, on behalf of the Nightly News team.
In future, we will do better. In future,
now it's over to Robin Short
better.
at the Tadlock family home. At the Tadlock family home.
Thank you, Megan.
Robin,
I'm here with
Thank
Mr. and
you,
Mrs.
Megan.
Tadlock,
I'm
and their
here with Mr. and
7-year-old
Mrs.
son
Tadlock,
and their
thanks for
7-year-old
spending time
son
with us
Timothy.
today.
Yes, well,
Thanks
you're
for
bloody lucky
spending
we were
time
spending
with
any
us
time with you
today.
at all. Yes, well, you're bloody lucky you lot spending any time with you at all. Responsible of what you lot did.
I mean, whose idea was this anyway?
It's all right.
I mean, whose idea was this anyway?
It's all right.
As you can see, Megan, there's still a few. As you can see, Megan, there's still a few.
I'll tread carefully.
I'm going to speak to
I'll
Timmy.
tread carefully.
I'm going to speak to Timmy.
Hello, Timmy. Can you see
Hello,
me? Timmy. Can you see me?
Who's that lady? Mummy?
It's the lady from television, Timothy. She's going to ask you a few questions.
You be careful now.
She's going to ask you a few questions.
You be careful
Don't worry,
now. It
Mr.
upsets them
Tadlock.
to remember.
I wasn't the youngest ever editor of the Swinstead Middle School Inquirer for no reason. For no reason. Can you tell us what happened to you? Can you tell us what happened to you? Mr. Snugglehugs. You had just unwrapped Mr. Snugglehugs, hadn't you?
Yes.
Was he under the tree?
I could smell him already. Yes. I could smell him already.
Ah, yes.
Smell
That'll be
like
the fur.
love.
Ah, yes. That'll be the fur.
I was so excited. I ran up to my room and gave him a big hug. I ran up to my room and gave him a big hug. Like he was so soft and warm. Before he got in the way of Daddy's Porsche.
Bloody cat had a death wish.
And what did Mr. Snugglehugs say to you? And what did Mr. Snugglehugs
He
say to
blinked
you?
his real action eyes. He blinked his real very best friend. Said you're my but I sure wish Mrs. Snugglehugs was here. But I sure wish Mrs. Snugglehugs was $89.99. She can't be. For just $89.99. And then it's the general error. And then it's the general error.
And is that when he burst into flames?
Careful.
And is that when he burst into flames?
Careful.
Exploded. And then he
I've asked you nicely.
exploded. And am I right in saying that one of his real action eyes is now permanently embedded in your cheek? Permanently embedded in your cheek.
When I took him in at night, it glowed through bandages. It glowed through bandages. Staring at me.
Yeah, some of the other children have started calling him Timmy Three Eyes. Children have started calling him
with
Timmy
his
Three
glasses,
Eyes.
that's 5.
And with his
Too many
glasses,
eyes,
that's
Robin.
5.
It's too
And
many
what's the
eyes,
last
Robin.
thing you remember? And what's the last thing you remember before the darkness
He looked
overtook
at me
you?
with his one eye. He looked at me and with his one eye. Love as he burned. Love as he
It sounds very traumatic. It sounds very traumatic.
The right, that's
You have
quite enough.
nightmares.
The right, that's quite enough.
When I can buck and I'll stop it, I won't have it. When I can buck and I'll stop it, I won't have it.
Mr. Tadlock, just a couple more questions. Do you think you will ever be what we can do? Do you think you will ever be again?
No, now, that's your question. You made him cry. Now, 3 of his eyes. You made him cry. You're 3 of his
Do you
eyes.
think your parents will ever really love you again? Will ever really love you again?
That's it. And I'll come in. The poster.
So there you have it, Megan. Just so there are many victims of it. Many victims of it.
Thank you, Robin. Harrowing stuff. Thank you,
And many
Robin.
questions to be
Harrowing
answered
stuff.
by Sophia Remington in the coming days and months of Remington in the coming days and months of crisis around. How
So,
will she
Jeremy,
turn this
what's the
crisis
warning
around?
signs a consumer should look out for when a consumer should look out for
Well,
when they're
Megan,
spotting a dangerous toy?
Experts advise to always check for the new advanced mark, which guarantee a level of safety and guarantee a level of safety and quality.
Yeah, can we just get a close up? So if we take a look at this National Nightly News mug, you should see the mark. You should see the mark
In
just
the
on
wake
the
of the
base of it
scandal,
there.
the government were praised for their swift response. The government were praised for their swift checks and new products. Bringing in the set of
It certainly
stringent
is
checks
good
and
to
new
know that
products.
someone's watching.
It certainly is good to know that someone's watching.
When we
out
come
for
back,
our families.
our very own Patrick Bannon
When we come
will be
back,
live.
our
from the
very own
Sports
Patrick
Board
Bannon will be
finals.
live.
Stick
from the
around.
Sports
You
Board
won't want to
finals.
miss it. Stick around.
We'll be back
You won't want to miss
after
it.
these messages. We'll be back.
One minute back. Sorry, bursting.
Are you worried about blind children or your children? Are you
very
scared of a long, painful decline in your final years? Of being trapped in your own body as it slowly wastes away? Or losing your grip on reality? Well, it doesn't have to be that way.
Alex, Bozeman, we're getting reports in that naked protesters might try and spoil the sports board final by waving their fleshy bits about. Try and make sure you don't broadcast it. It's 6 p.m. for God's sake. No one wants to see fannies on the news. Bozeman out.
World-class kitchens, or collect your thoughts in our beautiful gardens. And when it's time, at the end of your stay, you'll pass on painlessly, surrounded by those you love, in comfort and luxury. Isn't that what we all deserve at the end of a life well lived? Our expert legal team will help you make all those difficult arrangements.
That's what it says.
Our aftercare
Yes, I understand
team
that, but
will
I
help
always say
your
welcome back.
dependents
We
through
would
the
just keep
grieving
it as it is.
process.
Well, of course you do. I've got one
ensuring
hack
your final
line.
wishes
What's that
are
supposed to mean?
carried
I
out
didn't write it,
efficiently.
That's all right,
and
fine. Jenny, there's nothing wrong with the auto cue.
10 seconds.
Oh, I just felt a drip again. Have they not fixed this?
I want to see us fry. It's good for the
Your
ratings.
health service.
5,
Your
4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Coming up later, we'll be speaking to the Prime Ministers about their exciting new healthcare facilities, exciting new healthcare facilities,
Nice to see they
transition
care.
centres. You're absolutely right,
Nice to see
Jeremy.
they care.
But first,
You're absolutely
we're
right,
going
Jeremy.
now to our own Patrick Bannon,
We're going now to our own
from the
Patrick
finals
Bannon,
of
who's
the new
reporting
game that's
live from the
gripping the
finals
nation.
of the
Sports
new game
board.
that's gripping the
Patrick,
nation.
That's
Sports
right, Megan.
board.
You joined me live here for the
That's
final.
right,
of the first
Megan, you
annual
joined me
sport
live
here
here
for the final of the first
It's been
annual
a hotly
sport
contested
competition so far. It's been a hotly contested competition so far. We've been dancing around each other all season. We've been dancing around each other all season. We have Eddie Striker. She's the more experienced of our two players. Eddie Striker. She's the more experienced of our two players. Danger rating of K. Striker's got an accuracy of 7. A danger rating of K. Striker's signature move for the Orangi hamster. Striker's known for her signature move for the Orangi hamster. Hoping to prove himself with a career record of 12 out. Hoping to prove himself with a career record of 12 out. It's Mr. Wingspan himself, Tommy. The fingernail Harris. Mr. Wingspan himself, Tommy. The fingernail Harris. The slapping ceremony is taking part. Now. The slapping ceremony is taking part. Still going on. Still going on. Striker go first. Striker, of course, first.
Astagfirullah. Halo Pak, baik Pak. Astagfirullahaladzim. Halo Pak, Pak Ganjar. Ya, baik Pak. Sehat-sehat saya Pak.
She won the trivia round earlier on by some margin. She won the trivia round earlier on by some margin. Harris, perhaps the brawn and not the brains. Perhaps the brawn and not the brains. Stupid. Eddie Striker. Eddie Striker. Nice start there from Striker. She's determined not to let the nerve show. Nice start there from Striker. She's determined not to let the nerve show. Not after last time. On to Mr. Harris now. Tommy. On to Mr. Harris now. Tommy. Using his arm to pick up the ball. Using his arm to pick up the ball. Not a bad shot there from Harris. Not a bad shot there from Harris. Striker. For shots number 3. All right. For shots number 3. All right. She's gone to sort of throwing under her legs. She's gone to sort of throwing under her legs. Not bad if you ask me. Bit of business with the ref, but it got sorted out. Bit of business with the ref, but it got sorted out. Back to Harris now. A ball in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Back to Harris now. A ball in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Move back.
I'd say that's fair, but what do I know? I'd say that's fair, but what do I know? Oh no, and Harris is not going to be happy with that. No, and Harris is not going to be happy with that. Harris in round 1. Really not going to hope the round 2.
Cantik ya, apa sih?
It's time to argue with the ref section. It's time to change in. Argue with the ref section. It's time to change in. Now we have the ceremonial changing of the ends. Now we have the ceremonial changing of the ends. And of course now they go back to the starting positions. As that makes sense. They go back to the starting positions as that makes sense. Striker giving it large.
Second round.
Striker giving it large. Wins around 2 now with Harris. Wins around 2 now with Harris. We brought our speaker on the pitch. We broadcast slogans across her breasts and arms. Try and ignore all of that security. I'm sure we're going to try and ignore all of that security. I'm sure we broadcast any of that. As I said, we're going to get the situation resolved as soon as possible. We're going to get the situation resolved as soon as possible. But it's proving a bit difficult. They're trying to carry on play, but it's proving a bit difficult because it's quite nice. And women's bodies, it's quite nice. And women's bodies. Round 2 now. Great. Harris absolutely determined to close that massive gap. Absolutely determined to close that massive gap. Eddie Striker. Eddie Striker. No, it's just some of the tightest player I've seen ever. No, it's just some of the tightest player I've seen ever. Harris. Harris. And was that a fitted thumb screw? We haven't seen that as the heat. And was that a fitted thumb screw? We haven't seen that as the heat. What a brilliant move. Back to Striker. And we know what that means, ladies and gentlemen, that is of course the ground sound. And we know what that means, ladies and gentlemen, that is of course the ground sound. Excellent bit of play here on both sides of the bucket. Excellent bit of play here on both sides of the bucket. I don't know about you at home, but I'm finding the technical mastering. I don't know about you at home, but I'm finding absolutely blooming jaw dropping. Absolutely blooming jaw dropping. The ref has spotted something in Harris's neck or head. Harris's neck or head. And Harris is having an absolute shock. And Harris is having an absolute shock. But he is a late blooming
Apa anjir ini? Siaran malam.
But no, of course it's fine. Sponsored by Billington Smith. Sponsored by Billington Smith. On my whistle, on my whistle. On my whistle, on my whistle. Must be some music here to start the half-time show. Must be some music here to start the... Okay, another pass protest to loose on the court here. We're going to another pass protest to loose on the court here. We're going to have to look directly at it. We'll do our best to shield you from having to look directly at it. Running around here with his genitals on display. Running around here with his genitals on display. And ruining what was shaping up to be quite the dancing to. And ruining what was shaping up to be quite the dancing. Now he's thrusting himself in Harris's face. Now he's thrusting himself in Harris's face. And the bucket's been knocked over. And the bucket's been knocked over. I cannot stand it when the bucket gets knocked over. I cannot stand it when the bucket he'll get taken out over. Hopefully he'll get taken out. Genitals flying around for all to see. Genitals flying around. Really, if you ask me, not Sunday morning television. Really, if you ask me, not Sunday morning television. Out of there. Hopefully taken away, never to be seen again. Hopefully taken away, never to be seen again. Final pose. Ballboy cannot be in the final pose. Ballboy cannot be in the final pose. And a lovely finish there on both sides of the bucket. And a lovely finish there on both sides of the bucket. And as we head into round 3, I'd love to know what's going on. And as we head into round 3, I'd love to know what's going on in science. Players' heads. But unfortunately, because of science, we can't. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Not bad. Not bad. That ball boy's giving me the eye all the other day. That ball boy's giving me the eye all the other day. Striker there, not a great start. Striker there, not a great start. Swinging around. She looks a bit flustered, I think, after all that swinging around. Back to Harris here. Back to Harris here. I'm all right, ladies. What I wouldn't give to be that ball. I'm all right, ladies. Tommy Harris. Tommy Harris. And it dribbled down his arm, which is actually a really good move. Dribbled down his arm, which is actually a really good move. Because it's not going in the bucket. Dribbles down his arm and goes on the floor. It's not going in the bucket. Back to striker. Back to striker. And striker's gone for the animal bonus there, but of course striker's gone for the animal bonus there. Yes, Harris has counted with a tiny bell. Yes, Harris has counted with a tiny bell. Look at her face. She is absolutely gutted. Look at her face. She is absolutely gutted. That could have been the clincher. What a massive shame. That could have been the clincher. What a massive shame. Harris to serve now. Harris, of course, to serve now. Harris, of course, undefeated by Kestrel in his last 4 battles. Tommy Harris. Tommy Harris. That's all right. That's all right. Not bad there. He threw it quite far away from him, which is quite a good idea. He threw it quite far away from him, which is quite a good idea. Very clever there. Perhaps a little contact. Caution from the referee. Perhaps a little contact. Caution from the referee. Ellie Striker. A little bit harsh. Ellie Striker. And she's let the nerves get to her. What the hell was that? You hate to see it, don't you? You cannot believe it. You hate to see it, don't you? You cannot believe it. For God's sake. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing about this. I don't know what I'm doing about this. Sort of breasts and genitals for the sea. Breasts and genitals for the sea. I mean, there's only so much we can do. There's only so much we can do. I'll try and carry on. The players are trying to carry on. The players are trying to carry on, but of course these protesters are hoping to get them taken off soon as we can carry on with the match. Hoping to get them taken off soon as we can carry on with the match. What's going on here? Yes, what's going on here? Yes, very good. Take them away. Yes, very good. Take them away. Bloody wasters. Absolute wasters. Bloody wasters. Absolute wasters. Oh, jog on. Oh, jog on. It's an absolute bloody... It's an absolute bloody... Okay, and now we're going to go into the final round. And of course, now we're going to go into the final round. And of course, as it's a Tuesday, the final round is a mime round. Who could believe it? Nice imaginary shot there from Harris. Really good nice imaginary shot there from Harris. Really good play here from two absolute juggernauts of the sport. From two absolute juggernauts of the sport. Hold. Hold. The bucket getting moved back to its proper place. The bucket getting moved back to its proper place. About time, if you ask me. She's juggling it around from her hands, and she's juggling it around from her hands. And she's put it in her mouth like as if it was an egg. And she's put it in her mouth like as if it was an egg. She did the egg spit. And she's wonderful move there. She did the egg spit. So a wonderful move there. Striker. But she's in it to win it. On it. But she's in it to win it. On it like a car bonnet. Tommy Harris here, having a bit of beef. Tommy Harris here, having a bit of beef.
And he's peeling it as if it were a banana, which is an interesting. And he's peeling it as if it were a banana. Not sure if we have any potassium or going on today. Not sure if we have any potassium or going on today with. And he's thrown it at the banana with the ball. And he's thrown it at the banana with the ball. What a fantastic move there from Harris. What a unfortunately, there we go, Jeremy. That is over. How can he look his 8-year-old son in the face tonight? How can he look his 8-year-old son in the face tonight? We have to wait for the referee now to announce it to make sure it is all official. Referee now to announce it to make sure it is all official.
Contestants in, please. Contestants in, please. And the winner. And the winner. The first annual of the Sports Board Championship. Sports Board Championship is. Everyone!
Okay, the ref has decreed once again a win for everyone. Once again, a win. My 15th win in Sports Board Championship. My 15th win. I'm going to be celebrating tonight with my wife and children. I'm going to be celebrating tonight with my wife and children. Here come the on-site security to collect their medals. Here come the on-site security to collect their medals. And thanks again for watching the Sports Board Championship. What more is there to say? I'm Patrick Bannon. Looking forward to celebrating tonight. And looking forward to celebrating Jeremy. Back to you in the studio. Back to you in the studio.
Had an extraordinary fight.
Historic sports board, Jeremy. Historic sports board, Jeremy. Yeah, I can wrench a doubler with the best of them, I'll have you know. I can wrench a doubler with the best of them, I'll have you know.
I certainly wouldn't bet against you.
I'll be talking live with Prime Ministers Julius Salisbury have a big announcement who apparently have a big announcement
That's coming up after these messages. That's coming up after these messages. Fucking microphone dropped me.
What?
Fucking microphone just dropped me. Where's that sound guy?
Do you suffer from benign prostate enlargement?
Everything okay?
Oh, the mics are just trying to kill us now.
I'm Tommy the Fingernail Harris, sporting legend. I've got it all. 4 world champions,
I'm wearing
2
you down.
cars, a bidet, and an enlarged prostate gland.
Bozeman again. Just heard from the chaps in maintenance. The storm is playing havoc with the electrics, and you might notice the odd spark. Nothing to worry about. Happens all the time. Dave got shocked into a coma last year, but he was up and at 'em the next day. Anyway, our compensation package is parallel to none. Good luck. Bozeman out.
Between you and your she-demon of an ex-wife. So what caused this big old prostate?
So sorry about all these buckets. We seem to have sprung a leak. Well, several, actually.
Sorry.
Need a whole new line up there.
We don't know. I can.
Minister,
As you get older,
good to see you again.
your body changes.
Your star seems to be in the ascendant.
That's
It's a great time to be alive.
Too bloody right, Peter Clement.
Megan Wolf.
If you're worried about your swollen bum sack, put in a
tougher than she
for God's sake.
Am I here?
Here with Mr.
Procedure,
Clement
it's easy, it's quick, and it's not gay. I'm Tommy the Fingernail Harris.
10 seconds, everybody.
Rectums, check them.
Little accident.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. I am delighted to be joined by Prime Ministers Julius Salisbury and Peter Clement. Welcome to the National Nightly News, Prime Ministers.
Oh, please, it's just Julia and Peter.
We don't believe much in titles. It doesn't we don't seem believe very much in titles. It doesn't
We're
seem very
delighted to be
advanced.
here. We're delighted to be here.
Well, firstly, I should ask springing up across the capital. Graffiti that's been springing up across the capital.
No, you definitely shouldn't be worried.
Well, not unless you've got a fatal paint allergy. Not unless you've got a fatal paint allergy.
Yes, it does seem there are still some people we haven't been able to. There are still some people we haven't been able to help.
Whinges, you know.
People who've yet to benefit. People who've yet to benefit from the many advantages of the new future.
As my old man used to say, there are some pissants who just don't know how to be. Who just don't know
We're
how
working
to
hard
be.
to reach these people. We're working hard to reach and how we can help. Find out what they're angry about and how we can help. The door to my government is always open. But we didn't come here to talk about what may yet turn out to be some alternative arts projects.
Which we no doubt will have funded.
When we want to talk to the nation about something far more
that you have an announcement to make. Briefed us that you have an announcement to make, but they were being surprisingly secretive about it.
Let me ask you a question.
Usually how it works, but okay, it's not usually how it works, but
I mean, what really scares you? I mean, really scares you?
It's death.
Oh.
It's death and about death.
We're all afraid of our deaths. It's part of
We're
being
all afraid of
human.
our deaths. It's
Sorry,
part of
are
being
you saying
human.
that advance have cured? Are you saying that advance have cured death?
That's why we may not have cured death. That's why we may not have cured death. We hope we found a way to make it much less painful.
Much less painful and much less expensive. Which is me close-up camera?
Oh, sorry, yes, it's
When I was 13, my mum came and got me from school. My mum came and got me from school. He used to go to the hospital. He'd collapse that morning. So we'd all collapse that morning. So we'd all to say our goodbyes. We were all frail. I went in to see him. We were all frail. I was scared because I'd only seen him the week before. I was scared because I'd only seen him the week before, and he'd been fit as fiddle. And he said to me, Peter, it's the right time. It's the right time. I don't ever want to be a burden to the people. I don't ever want to be a burden to the people I love.
Last time you saw him?
Nope.
Was
3
that the
days
last
later,
time
he
you
was back
saw
home.
him?
Nope. 3 days later, he was back home. He lived with us for 9 miserable years after that. Rubber spoon. He had to be fed with a rubber spoon. He had a commode. So he just took a right there in the lounge while we were watching football. He wouldn't even wait till half time. It was awful. It was awful for us, and this is awful for us, and this is the awful for him. It were awful for him. It was destroying me, man. I could see it was destroying me, man. Watching him slowly fade away. To turn off, beggar. Breathing to turn off at night, but she's breathing equipment at night, but she couldn't. It were a crime. She wouldn't. It were a crime. She didn't want to lose the children, and she didn't want to lose the children.
No family should have to suffer like Peter's did. No family should have to suffer like Peter's did.
And now no family will have to.
And now no family will have to.
The today opening the first
the health service is today opening the first of 300 new transition centres will handle everything. The transition centres will handle everything for your last days. The legal and emotional financial, medical and emotional costs are all catered for and paid for by the poorest citizen. Even the poorest citizen gets to pass on with dignity when they
choice is important.
And that choice
is a service only for people.
This is a service only for people who feel they run their course, and for people who feel they run their course
or their families.
Don't want to burden themselves or their families with a humiliating decline. Into an
just given me a electric job. Just given me a electric job.
Are you okay?
You're still on the air, Peter.
Yes,
still on the air, Peter.
Yes, sorry, my apologies.
Are you not worried the system might be new? The system might be okay.
Sorry, I've got sacked again. Sorry, I've got sacked again.
The older generation might feel somewhat. The older generation might feel somewhat.
That one was massive. Right, no, that one was massive. Right, no.
Sorry, the older generation. Sorry, the older generation might feel
coerced into spending their final days eating gourmet food and drinking fine wine and luxury spas and gardens.
With a rugby language. Minister, please.
Don't get yourself sorted out. Don't get yourself sorted out. We're launching a government information film. We're launching a government information film tonight. To tell your viewers everything they need to know.
You really do move at a breathless pace. It's hard to believe you've yet to be an officer here.
We're only getting started. We're only getting started.
And on that note, thank you both so much for being here. Thank you both so much for being here. Jeremy.
Yes, that's all we have time for tonight. That's all we have time for tonight. To our guests. Thank you. Congratulations to all the congratulations to all the winners at the sports final. We'll see you tomorrow night. My name is Jeremy at the same time. My name is Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night, if you can.
And we're out. Good job, everybody.
Why bother strengthening
So they just...
when you can strengthen?
I don't suppose there's any way this could be a good thing.
It's for my nephew, so we transitioned the moment I saw the leak.
okay? Alex, you need to get it together. Look at the broadcast screen. Just look at it. That's all we've been putting out since you went down. You have to fix it, now. Look left, Alex, out the window. See? They're all over it, the little bastards. Turn on the Snuggle Zapper by pushing the big red button and it'll deal with them for you. Excellent, Alex. We're broadcasting again. They must have built up while you were napping. Usually it only takes a tap on the button to clear one. Look, there's a lone one climbing now. Zap it off before it starts to mess up the signal again. Great. That seems to be the last of them. For now. Right. We're about a minute out. Get the adverts loaded up. I've got to deal with my pet idiot.
Well, in a few moments, we'll be going live to the National Nightly News. But before that, let's take a look at what's coming up later on.
This has no credibility, Jenny.
On Channel 1 at 7 o'clock.
No professionalism.
What's wrong with this picture? And
it's not a mess. Everything is where it should be. It's ramshackle and characterful, and I expect you to know the difference.
That's followed at 8 p.m. by
Of course Megan's place looked lovely, but I can't see it, can I?
Thanks, Jenny. How's lock-in with the boyfriend going?
Decided to take his chances on the wild streets, eh? Rather than endure another romantic comedy.
Jeremy, Jenny says your hair looks stupid.
Yes, I can hear her.
She says she's not talking to you.
Yes, I know, I can hear her.
Shall I count us in?
Make it so.
Okay, 10 seconds. Break a leg, everyone.
Preferably a furry one.
It's the National Weather Report.
5, 4, 3.
It's time to join Jeremy Donaldson.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolfe. Our main stories tonight.
Snugglefucked? It's been almost 5 weeks since all the Mrs. Snugglehugs toys woke up simultaneously in factories worldwide and began searching for their husbands. The Mr. Snugglehugs we have so short-sightedly destroyed. And now, as this photograph suggests, they may be changing tactics.
Built to surprisingly traditional gender stereotypes, the Mrs. Snugglehugs have been arming themselves with a variety of household implements. All the more reason to make sure that cat flap is taped up good and tight.
Armed with blunt weapons, the Mrs. Snugglehugs are only ankle height and therefore able to be kicked away easily by young, healthy individuals. They do, however, pose a particular risk to the elderly or those with pre-existing medical conditions like fatal bruise syndrome.
Going stir-crazy? With no signs of Mrs. Snugglehugs' batteries running out, and the government lockdown now in its 31st day, domestic relationships across the country are taking some unexpected turns.
Dramatic reports are beginning to emerge of uncharacteristically bold behaviour in homes across the country. And we're not talking about the model planes that occupy so much time in the Donaldson household.
With dating options limited, many house sharers, in particular students, are finding solace in co-tenants they'd previously rejected as unfuckable, indulging in an activity that has become known as snuggle-tugging.
Going it alone, popular crustacean Johnny Hamsleeves is back in the news today as his astonishing photograph that he linked himself shows exactly how he's been spending his lockdown.
It seems that when the lockdown was announced, Johnny's long-term partner, Tiffany Lamour, was busy in the capital preparing her new show, Chocolate Clit Bombs, for its now postponed grand opening. Let's hope the exhibits don't melt.
Being locked in alone seems to have made poor Johnny realise the empty pointlessness of the professional sportsman's existence. A life that, while no longer bringing great wealth, still offers vacuous conversation, still offers narcissistic wives, and an utter lack of social wives, and an utter lack of social toilet paper. Let's hope he doesn't run out of toilet paper.
The shape of things to come. In their own version of lockdown for more than 45 years now, the descendants of Doctors David Wong and Ingrid Doctors David Wong and Ingrid's sports team today managed to get a personal statement today managed to get a personal statement imaging equipment using flagellant.
Many of the Forsborgen Horgans brood, have certainly captured the public imagination. Have certainly captured the public imagination. Helvetica's Forsborgen Horgans Ford, the most likely to survive a massive electric shock. The most likely to survive a massive electric shock.
From Dante's Tate. Or as we stay down here in the family, or as we stay down here in the family, I don't know what a Mrs. Puckless plug is. I don't know what like they're causing you guys real problems. But they sound like they're causing you guys trapped down here for 8,900 trapped down here for 1 day now. And all I can say is I'm sure I'm glad Mum and Dad chose not to get on that skatecraft. Mum and Dad chose not to get on that skatecraft. Me and the rest of the family. We've been getting on famously, and sometimes we've been getting on famously, and 20 minutes. Also, it turns
hands out, also, you can eat blood. If you can handle stomach cramps. And the amnesia. You can handle stomach cramps. And the amnesia. From Dante's taint. Or if you stay down here in the family. Many must stay down here in the family.
It's hard to believe they've been down there so long now. It's hard to believe they've been down there so long now.
But as everyone knows, that's why goldfish are so stupid.
That's
why
right.
goldfish are
And
so
anyone will
stupid.
tell you, the deeper the ball. And anyone will tell you, the deeper the ball. There's no denying the logic of that. There's no denying the logic of that.
A worrying turn today for the formerly rich. A worrying turn today for the formerly rich is ever more punishing.
With the country becoming ever more hostile to the previously wealthy, those who manage to skip the country must be very grateful to the people who help them right now. Must be very grateful to the people who help them right now.
This program has received reports of rich relatives on the run and released into the stratosphere. If those rich bastards think they're above the rest of us, why not give them a hand in getting there, Jeremy? Why not give them a hand in getting there?
And Advance speaks out. With the struggle proving a test to governments around the world. Advance HQ released a curious statement this afternoon.
They asked us to stress that they have been listening, and that this should be taken as a response, and that this should be taken as a response to how
We've certainly done our bit on this show to contribute. We've certainly done our bit on this show to contribute. Well, let's not forget political climate. How we behave in our home lives is what really matters. In our home lives
Let's hope it's not just me who filled out that questionnaire, Jeremy, or we're all in trouble. Jeremy, or we're all in trouble.
Let's play that sting. Let's play that sting.
Good evening.
I know
many of you feel lost right now.
I know many of you
feel lost right now.
Which has nothing to do
with
with
the waning support for the government, and I don't know why you keep saying that. And I don't know why you keep saying that.
Okay?
We're doing loads.
We have scientists
looking into the lifespan.
We have scientists
looking into the lifespan.
Good ones
too. Not the red wine cures cancer kind. Not the red wine cures cancer kind. No, I can't tell you when all this will be over. No, I can't tell you when all this will be over. Will you? So just stop asking. Let's stop focusing on us and what we're doing. Focusing on us and what we're doing.
And start focusing
because I have some questions for you. Because I have some questions for you.
Why don't you think the rules apply to you?
Why don't you think the rules apply to you? Really think sunbathing is classed as exercise? Sunbathing and since when was hummus essential? And since when was hummus essential? Doesn't feel so good, does it? Doesn't feel so good, does it? So yes, we've probably made some mistakes. So yes, we've probably made some mistakes. Let's not look at who did what or why. Let's not look at who did what or why.
Ta-da.
For this. Let's put the full responsibility for this on you. Feel guilty. Feel afraid. Feel anxious. Afraid. Turn on each other if you have to. Turn on each other if you have to. And then go home and stay there. And then go home and stay there and think about what you've done on us. Just don't help anyone. That won't help anyone. Thank you.
Delectable stuff.
Later tonight, Jeremy will be catching up. While I check in with Patrick Bannon program. While I check in with stranded at opposite ends of the country.
And then in part 3, there's going to be a quiz. Presumably because there's nothing more important going on. Presumably because there's nothing more important going on. If you were saying a news program. If you were saying
we'll both be asking Sophia and in a moment, we'll both be asking Sophia Remington how such a terrible manufacturing mistake. Such a terrible manufacturing mistake.
Help! With what it describes here as scientist from popular psychic scientist Daniel Lionel.
Oh, I like her. That's all coming up on tonight.
National Nightly News. National Nightly News. going?
How did we get here? Where are we going?
Who's to blame? And most importantly,
Joining us from her ranch in Arlingsfield Mill Turkey is the CEO of Arlingsfield Mill Turkey, internationally respected business Bengali. Internationally respected business Bengali.
Thank you for having me, Megan. I'm a huge fan of. Thank you for having me, Megan.
And from a crystal healing laboratory, what I assume is a garage in Upper Wellington, what I assume is a garage in Upper Wellington, inexplicably renowned psychic scientist. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here.
Sorry,
Thank you for having us. Myself and the eminent professors. Myself and the eminent
professors. Is that what you call the voices in your head? Is that what you call the voices in your head?
Dead scientists. I don't really know why.
The money.
They express themselves to me through ethereal algebra and quadratic predictions.
No, it isn't.
I concur. Miss Remington, the entire Snuggle Hubs range will surely go down as the biggest public relations disaster in history. The biggest public relations disaster in history.
Of course, that's one world record. We would never have thought. Of course, that's one world record.
What can you say at a time like this? What can you say at a time like this?
There is only one thing that can be said.
We're sorry.
I'm sorry.
From everyone here at Remington's Fist, but
from everyone here at
dedicated inventors,
world-beating dedicated inventors, world-beating engineers at Remington.
Deeply sorry.
We are deeply,
Who could have
predicted
predicted
that letting a child's toy learn how to love? That letting a child's toy learn how to love could have such
Mary Shelley.
consequences.
We see
Mary
you,
Shelley.
Sophia Remington. We see you,
You are
Sophia Remington. By a metal vessel. You are preening by a metal vessel. And where you venture, you will see neither land.
Is that supposed to be the future?
Only
Is
the
that
past
supposed to be
is
the
concrete.
future?
I remember being a child in my grandpa's workshop. I remember being a child in my grandpa's dancing hangman toy. When he made the first he put it by my bed, and when I couldn't sleep, he put it by my bed, wind it up, and when I couldn't sleep, and I'd wind it up and let it go, and I'd watch that happy little execution and wiggle and wave before my eyes, and dance. Grandpa sold thousands of them. On the quiet, Grandpa sold thousands of them, and he used the money he made to found Rimming Toys. Used the money he made, which is now just one small part, which is now just one supermassive megacore, the global supermassive megacore that is Remington's Fist. Grandpappy along the way. Sadly, we lost. He died in a fire at the preschool tobacco. He died in a fire at the preschool tobacco projects. But we never lost his spirit of invention. But we never lost his spirit of invention.
I'm not entirely certain what your grandfather's offensive toys have to do with the current predicament.
Mr. Donaldson. The spirit of invention, Mr. Donaldson. To problem solve. To create. And that is why I'm here today. To tell you about a brand new product we're launching simultaneously around the world from midnight simultaneously around the world from midnight tonight.
Science! We said science! We hear its song on the breeze. We hear its song on the breeze. Its breath under the covers.
How does she do it?
Well,
How does she do
in
it?
suspense any longer. Don't keep us in suspense any longer.
Making up next. Remington's Fist is
proud to present Remington's Fist Snuggle Traps. Is proud to present Snuggle Traps. Safety and security in these dangerous times. Safety and security in these dangerous times. Snuggle Traps contains 8 devices of Snuggle Traps, all guaranteed to stop a Mrs. Snugglehug, all guaranteed to stop a Mrs. Snugglehug in a small lawn, or 4 window boxes, or and you want to know the best thing? They're only $129.99 a box. They're only $129.99 a box. Peace of mind. Now that is affordable peace of mind.
We see you, Jeremy Donaldson. We see you, Jeremy Donaldson.
The best thing about Snuggle Traps is that the best thing about Snuggle Traps generation that powered by Flardinium batteries. Generation so however long the enemy lasts. So however long the enemy lasts.
We see you, Mr. Donaldson. We see you, Mr. Donaldson, and yelling. You are screaming, your friends, and yelling. Oh, crying. Your friends, they fear you. Crying. And they fear you. You're gone. You're gone.
Oh my god, I just got chills. Did anyone else just get chills then? Did anyone else just get chills then?
I think it's more concerned. I think I'll be more concerned about these traps. I think I'll be more concerned about these traps. These appear to be attractively repackaged landmines. These appear to be attractively repackaged landmines. To children? Aren't they dangerous to children?
These are not toys. Oh, hell yeah. But they're explosive fun. But they're explosive
Sophia Remington,
fun.
Dr. Delia Lywell. Sophia Remington, Dr. Delia Lywell.
When we come back, we'll be taking a look at the situation across the country tonight. Across the country tonight.
We'll be back after these bandages. We'll be back after these bandages. That was exactly what we did.
This is Crazy Neil's crazy pre-Christmas, extra exciting, festive Yuletide Easter extravaganza! This is another chapter from Crazy Neil's Wit and Wisdom, and I'm reaching out through the lens of this camera to say, buddy, if you're listening, build a better
You want crazy?
Mate.
We got crazy. Crazy deal.
You're not going to believe this, but I've decided to come home. Listen, I'll call you back in the next break and we can talk about how I get me job back. Cheers, Alex. See you, mate.
More of a hunch look, and that wasn't popular. I used to have a ventriloquist act. I cheated, rather, because I trained a dog to talk. You can get down on all fours and yap like a dog for only $22.99 a month. This is a deal with meal appeal. As the astronaut once said to me, I had a mission. Sometimes you're the alien, and sometimes you're the cow. Hey, dude, get off my wife. They wanted to increase recruitment for nuns. Nuns with buns, nuns with guns, nuns with sons. That one didn't go down so much because apparently they're not supposed to have sons. Crazy Bob here to make your life a little more enjoyable. Namaste.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Now it's time to take a trip around the country to hear how the lockdown might impact the nation from some friendly places. Joining me are respected academic Katie Brightman and author of Alan James's Kites, Alan. James, thank you for joining me.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me, Megan.
Thanks, Megan.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
It really is a pleasure. Thanks, Megan. I enjoyed our little heated encounter. I enjoyed our little
I wish I could say the same.
encounter.
So first off, Katie, how are you coping? How are you coping?
The lockdown directive was so sudden that, like many people, I haven't been able to get home. I was staying at a hotel after an international policy convention. Heavy night out. You know what economists are like.
Notoriously hate splitting the bill. Notoriously hate splitting the bill.
As you can imagine, I've been here ever since. And as you can imagine, I've been here ever since. But there are certainly people much worse off than me.
My tour has been cancelled indefinitely. My tour has been cancelled every single ticket. Even every single ticket. Even the cheap seats.
Yeah. Alan, I'm so sorry to hear that.
People are being quite rude about it. They don't seem to realise I've already spent it. They don't seem to realise I've already spent it.
The crisis claims yet another victim. The crisis claims yet another victim.
My book, Alan James's Right is now available in paperback. Alan James's Right is now available in paperback. What was that?
You. Unbelievable. You're unbelievable. You. You're unbelievable.
Katie, how do you think this might affect the economy? Should we be worried?
Very, Megan. Not to sound dramatic, but this could be catastrophic. Not to sound dramatic, but unemployment has skyrocketed, and unemployment has skyrocketed, and frankly, it will be a miracle if a lot of businesses can survive this.
Spreading this latest liberal hoax. Spreading this latest liberal hoax. They want us. That's what they want. They want us compliant. They want us inside, and they want us inside.
How on earth can you say that, Alan? Hoax.
Well,
how on earth can you say that, Alan?
I haven't actually seen one of these supposed toys.
But
did you know 3,000 people die? Did you know 3,000 people die every year from regular toys? That's a lot of people. You're just as likely to be hunted down by a yo-yo, or a tennis hunted down by a yo-yo, or a tennis racket.
He makes an excellent
Don't listen to her, Katie. The press of the enemy of truth.
She's agreeing with you, Alan. You absolute. She's agreeing with you, Alan. You absolute.
Alan, are you now recanting your statement? Are you now recanting your statement? Aren't dangerous. That these toys aren't dangerous.
Just like normal toys. People are saying and that's simply normal toys. And that's simply media lies. Corrupt media lies.
How do you respond to Alan's claims that Mrs. Snuggle Hugs might be dangerous after all? Snuggle Hugs might be dangerous after all.
I guess I'm agreeing with him.
Thank you, Katie. I guess I'm agreeing with him. I appreciate your support. Thank you, Katie. I appreciate your saying this Mrs. Snugglehug situation will all blow over. Snugglehug situation will all blow over. But it won't.
Right, exactly. We need decisive action from the government. We need decisive financial support to protect our workers and our businesses. We need to support the vulnerable, and we need to support the vulnerable.
Exactly right, Katie. To repent. Exactly right, Katie. With all our liberal indulgences, like with all our liberal indulgences, like cake. We need to act now and begin sacrificing our firstborn, and begin sacrificing our beloved family pet, or to push
absolutely, Alan. If we can all successfully come together, if we can all successfully come together as a community and perform the ritual, hopefully we will appease the great ancient. Katie, could it be any worse? Katie, could it be any worse?
Luckily, over the past few years under advance, they've invested heavily into health. They've invested heavily into health. Bear the strain. So the system can actually bear the strain.
Is it lucky that the llama laws have unleashed people to conceal the enemy within? People to conceal the enemy within?
5 fucking seconds, you just
The global alliance of fish people are amassing an alliance of fish people are amassing an army amassing an army to kidnap amassing an army to kidnap.
That's you. That's what you sound like. That's you. That's what you sound like.
I don't sound like that.
Yes, you do.
I don't sound like that.
You do
Yes,
sound
you
like
do.
that. You
And
do,
that's why no
Alan.
one wants
You
to
do
be your
sound like
friend. And that's why no
I've
one
got
wants to
loads
be your
of friends.
friend. No, you haven't.
I've got loads of friends.
You do,
No, you
Alan.
haven't. Yes,
I don't
stop
think
lying,
you do,
Alan. Yes,
Not
stop
lying.
lying,
You
Alan.
are.
Oh, good one.
Not lying. You are.
Oh, good one.
Well, I'm telling.
Alan
I'm
James,
telling.
Katie Brightman, thank
Alan
you
James.
for joining me. Katie
Some
Brightman,
real
thank
food
you
for
for
thought
joining
there
me.
from two of
Some
the
real
territory's
food for
leading
thought there
minds.
from two of the territory's leading minds. Any moment now, I'll be heading over
Any
to
moment
Jeremy.
now,
I'll
who
be
is
heading
going to
over
be
to
bringing us
Jeremy,
an
who
up to
is
the
going
minute
to be
report
bringing us an
of the
status
minute report
of
of
the
the
status of
Over to you, Jeremy.
Thank you.
Over
What
to
I'm
you,
sure
Jeremy.
was a reasonable debate.
Thank you.
Really
What I'm sure
contributed
was
to the
a
national
reasonable debate,
conversation.
which really contributed to the
Next,
national
on the streets,
conversation.
someone who's always doing exactly that. Someone who's always doing exactly that. Are you there, Patrick Brannan? Are you there, Patrick?
Yes, hello, I'm here. Hello, Jeremy. Yes, hello, I'm here. I'm here live. Apologies for couldn't find any cameramen or women. Couldn't find any cameramen to come and join me, so I'm out here on my own. Brave enough to come and join me, so I'm out here on my own.
Can you tell us what it's like out there? Can you tell us what it's like out there?
As you can see behind me, as you can see behind me, for my question, Jeremy, it's just how long? For my question, Jeremy, could there be danger lurking just around the corner? Could there be danger lurking just around the career of this young promising fledgling career of this young promising journalist from real Will he die? Underappreciated by management. Underappreciated by management. Very much underpaid.
I don't think there's any danger of that, Patrick. I don't think there's any danger of that, jacket there? What's that on your jacket there?
What I've done here is made a snuggle-proof jacket, Jeremy. The network didn't bother sending me any PPE. Network didn't bother sending me any PPE. In fact, showing the sort of resourcefulness that would make me an ideal candidate for positions starting whenever they like.
From your point of view, Patrick. From your point of view, Patrick. Just how safe are our streets?
Jeremy, not safe at all. I'd recommend people staying inside. I'd recommend people staying inside and not putting themselves at any risk at all. And not putting themselves at any risk like me, it's for groundbreaking journalism. Like me, it's for groundbreaking journalism.
And just where are you, Patrick? And just where are you, Patrick?
In the street, on the street. I'm in
Which
the street, on the street.
Which street?
I think I'm struggling to hear you, actually. Jeremy,
Which street? Which street are you on? Which street? Which street are you on?
Which street am I on? I'm just looking for a sign. Bannon Avenue.
Bannon Avenue? Bannon Avenue?
Yep.
Bannon Avenue.
Yeah, no, I can hear you fine.
Bannon Avenue.
Bannon Avenue. No, I can hear you fine. Yes, I'm on Bannon
like
Avenue.
Patrick Bannon. Like Patrick Bannon.
That is strange. That's a weird sign. That is strange. That's a weird sign.
Where are you really?
What's going on there?
Where are you really?
I'm on Bannon. Alright, fine. I'm not on Bannon Avenue. Alright, fine. I'm not on Bannon Avenue. I'm at home. Well, I'm in my bathroom technically. I'm in my bathroom technically, but you know, I couldn't face it. It's terrible out there. I don't want to go outside. You know, it's terrible out there. I don't want to go outside. They're everywhere.
We don't expect any less of you, Patrick. We don't expect any less of you, Patrick.
Can you hear that sound? Can you hear that sound?
I can, yes. I can, yes. Patrick, but it sounds unmistakably like Patrick, but it sounds unmistakably like on your door there. A tiny fist tapping on your door there.
Oh fuck, Jeremy! Shit, no! Oh bollocks, Jeremy!
Perhaps there's a small queue of tiny fists. There's a small queue, each wielding a different gendered household implement. Each wielding a different gendered household implement. Roving reporters. Bash in the heads of lying little roving reporters.
Oh, you're lying, aren't you? Okay, fucking listen to me, you bastards! Fucking listen to me, just. If you're up there, you little just get snuggled. Piss off, you little too talented to die. I'm too talented to die. Oh no! What the? Okay, it's fine. It's okay. Okay, it's fine. Oh God, it's fine.
Don't worry, Patrick. I'd say you've got a few seconds before they break their way in there. I'd say you've got a few seconds before they break their way in there and finish you off. see, Patrick? What do you see, Patrick? Thank you, Patrick, for that report. Thank you, Patrick, for that report. More importantly, management. Showing the nation just how you belong. Management. Just how you belong. It's time for another break, but when we come back, it's time for another break. We'll be happy to take your mind off the wall for a little while. We'll be happy to take your mind off the wall for a little while. Maybe even bring you a few smiles. And who knows? Join us. Even bring you a few smiles after this. Join. You're damn right. Yeah, I had them delivered.
Good morning.
Yes.
This is Mr.
Bannon
Bozeman,
Avenue.
and this is a Channel 1 informational video. That is
Dave here. I'm running to a few problems getting back. Although not as bad as yours. Looks like you've got one loose in the studio. Whack it on the head if it gives you any trouble. It's pretty bad here too, mate. They've got on board. Captain's down. Worse, chef's down and we're out of rum. I'm sure I'm going to make it to sobriety. All dry land. If I had a missus, I'd ask you to tell her that I love her, but to be honest, I've kind of pissed my life away, mate. Still, at least I'm outdoors, eh?
follow during this crisis. Stay calm, for God's sake. Panicking makes you less productive, and that makes Bozeman sad.
Kayaknya abis siaran yang ini aku udahan
at all costs. We have literally hundreds of employees, but our budget is limited. We ask you to do the right thing and value our property over your personal safety. If you're working from home, please refrain from taking meetings on the toilet. Even if you're not going, we can still tell from the way your voice is all echoing. A reminder, the dress code is still in force. I can hear a tie on a conference call like a baby in a vacuum cleaner.
No, I'm not.
And finally,
I'm not going
remember, the
I
public
don't have
are
to.
scared. They want information.
No, you're being
They'll
a child.
consume anything we tell them.
I'm not.
So let's not waste time on
I'm not.
fact-checking or integrity.
I'm not.
There's money to be made, and Papa wants a taste.
No,
Bozeman
no.
out.
5, 4, 3. Welcome back to the National Nightly. Welcome back to the National Nightly. Well, we know isolation isn't easy, so finally tonight. We have some people, but it's not our job to entertain the public with absolute nonsense. Overrule those people. More important people. So it's time to find out who will National Nightly win, and who will National Nightly lose, and who will National Nightly lose. So how do we play? It's all about playing. Well, it's Tommy Harris. Hello, Tommy Harris.
All right,
hello,
Johnny.
Tommy.
It's good to see you, Johnny.
And how are you finding the lockdown, Tommy? How are you finding the lockdown, Tommy? The enforced isolation of everyone in the country. Enforced isolation of everyone in the country.
Yeah, I think I heard
You're
about
in
that.
bed, Tommy.
Yeah.
You're in bed, Tommy.
Yeah.
Of course. That's my fault. So, of course.
Why don't you tell us
how the game is played? Why don't you tell us how the game is played?
Well, it's pretty simple, I'm going to ask contestants I'm going to ask contestants 3 questions about what else. 3 questions about what else. And those people are going to get a chance. And those people are going to get a chance to win a very special.
And what are they playing for, Tommy? And what are they playing for, Tommy?
Drum roll, please. Jeremy. Jeremy. Thank you. Thank you. This.
Is that? What is that?
It's my athletic support.
What is
Jeremy.
that?
It's my athletic support. But I've
Jeremy.
signed it. So,
well then, what a fantastic prize. Well then, what a fantastic prize.
Have we got anybody waiting to win this once in a lifetime prize, Jerry?
I believe we have Angie on the line. How do you feel about winning this man's old pants, Angie? How do you feel about winning this man's old pants, Angie?
Excited, Jeremy. I've never been so excited, Jeremy. And can I just say, both of you, I love you.
Well, you've said it now, haven't you? You've said it now, haven't you?
Angie, I love you. Tell us about yourself, Angie. Tell us about yourself, Angie.
My name is Angie. My name is Angie. I'm a human woman. My dental hygiene has been described.
Brilliant! Right, well, shall we get these shambles on the way? Shall we get these shambles on the way?
30 seconds on the clock. Can I get 30 seconds on the clock, please?
We haven't got a clock.
Yeah, I did ask for a clock.
Well, why don't you start? It inevitably becomes unbearable to watch. It inevitably becomes unbearable to watch.
Here we go. I love it. All right. Here we go. Time starts. Question one. Now is my birthday. Is my birthday.
13th of August at 7:19
That is absolutely correct. That is absolutely correct. What? Question two is my favourite. I said colour. Is my favourite colour.
Crushed praline
Correct.
thought.
The colour of my nipples. And finally, the colour of my nipples. And finally,
star sign?
What is my star sign?
You were born outside of the human understanding of the cosmos.
Unbelievable. That is correct. Unbelievable. That is correct.
Wow, that really was tough to watch. Wow, how did you do, Tommy?
Well,
how did you do, Tommy?
Well, Andrew, my love, you question every single question. Of course means you lose and win. Of course means you lose. Thanks for playing, Angie. Bye. Thanks for playing, Angie. We have another contestant on the line. We have another contestant on the line.
We do indeed. We should have Sonia Hartleach. We should have Sonia Hartleach.
Of course
Are you there, Sonia?
Of course I am, Jamie, darling.
Sonia. Thank you for being here, Sonia.
Tommy! You are Tommy!
Let me guess, you work in theatre, don't you? Let me guess, you work in theatre, don't you?
What gave it away? Was it the glamour? What gave it away? Was it the glamour?
It certainly wasn't your inherent sense of humility. It certainly wasn't your inherent sense of humility.
Tell us about yourself, Sonia. Tell us about yourself, Sonia.
You must play this game. You must play this game. A theatrical agent. I represent the likes of Rudy I represent the likes of your coffee cup and Jodie Carpetburn.
And how's the lockdown affected you, Sonia? How's the lockdown affected you, Sonia?
They may have studios and boarded the studios and boarded me that easily. But they won't get me that easily.
How are you managing without any work?
Due to a savvy clause in all of my artist contracts, I am able to claim my 15% from their unemployment benefit.
Wow, that certainly is. Wow, sharp. That certainly is.
Standard
sharp.
stuff. Standard stuff.
Where are you speaking to us? Where are you
I work from home, you know, to keep costs down. I work from home.
And who's this? And who's this?
When they gave the order, I was actually mid-meeting with the client. We've been isolated together. So we've been isolated together.
Fucking no way!
What the fucking fuck?
Is that Tommy Harris? I'm a huge fan. Is that Tommy Harris? Can I just tell you how bloody brilliant
Actually, Jeff, we're about to play a game, aren't we, Tommy? Jeff, we're about to play a game, aren't we, Tommy?
If it's not too bold, I think I am in love with you, Mr. Harris. I think I am in love with you, Mr. Harris.
No, it's not too bold.
I'd love to show you some of my stuff. I'd love to show you some of my new shit. I've been working on some new...
Well, at least you're already aware.
We've been workshopping some of Jeff's ideas for much younger children.
People still let you near their children, do they?
Yeah, that's
People still let you near their children, do they?
I've been developing some shows for younger children. Some shows for younger children.
We'd love to see it, wouldn't we, Gerbil? We'd love to see it, wouldn't we, Gerbil?
Dying to. Absolutely dying to.
What do kids love? What do kids
timely child support payments from their absent fathers.
Shallow and overproduced musical numbers. Shallow and overproduced musical numbers.
That's right. I'm trying to address the things that kids need to know, through a medium that they'll understand. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes, I think so.
Jeff's one of my best clients, aren't you? Jeff's one of my best clients, aren't you?
The first one we've been working on is called The King of the Jungle. The King of the Jungle. It's about a lion who's having problems with his interest.
I see. Does he have a broker?
He does.
I see. Does he have a broker?
He does. Yes. He's a porcupine.
How did you know that?
Well, your work is universal, darling. Your work is universal, darling.
I'm going to say something to you, mate. I think you're onto something here.
Oh, yes. This one tells the tale of Mr. Bear. Now, Mr. Bear is a very sad bear, because all of the other bears don't think that it'll amount to much, and they tell him that his plays are lazy, and they tell him that his plays are lazy and derivative.
Now, Mr. Bear is a tragic figure. Now, Mr. Bear is a tragic figure. He's at his lowest ebb. He's at his lowest ebb. The trees are closing in. His salmon can't even face his salmon. Then he meets someone someone that will change his life forever. Change his life forever.
Fucking gripping.
That's right. He
Gripping.
meets He meets a wise octopus who takes him under his wing and says, "No, Mr. Bear, you're not like all the other bears. You have the other bears. You have this ambition dreams and these fucking dreams."
I think I love you, Chair. I think I love you, Chair.
And what Mr. Bear says the octopus, probably doing the octopus gesture, probably doing an eight-armed gesture or something.
You need to set yourself more realistic goals. It's called Mr. Bear lowers his expectations.
You really have taken yourself to new depths. You really have taken yourself to new depths. What do you want children to take away from this? What do you want children to take away from this? What?
I said a more realistic worldview.
It's Jeffrey.
My name is Jeffrey Donington. My name is Jeffrey Donington.
We need to know how it ends. We need to know
all
how
the
it ends.
animals learn a thing or two about inevitable mediocrity.
Mr. Bear settles down near to his parents' trying to make his band and he goes into make his bear telemarketing and he goes into bear
Becomes a bear maths teacher. Becomes a bear maths teacher.
And we end on a big musical number. There's dancing. There's dancing. Repetitive. So it's catchy but not too challenging. If you like, I could go and get my boombox. If you like, I could go and get my boombox.
Hang on. Can we get Angie back? I might be able to. Hang on. Can we get
the more
Angie
the
back?
merrier, as they say at orgies. The more the merrier, as they say at orgies.
Right, I'll just fill then, shall I? Coming up in a moment, it's the world premiere that nobody saw coming. It's the world premiere that nobody saw coming at all, or wanted. I can only apologise in advance what we're all about to endure.
Do you turn this shitting thing up?
Endure.
Do you turn this shitting thing up?
Well, there's all sorts of creatures. Down on dangly doodle farm. Like wise old Mr. Octopus with way too many arms. There's Mr. Pig and Mr. Cow. They're always in good moods, but that's 'cause they food. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your hopes go to turn into despair. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your dreams go to die. That's where your dreams go to die. Mr. Raccoon wants to go to Raccoon. He'll end up as a bus. Mr. Porcupine thinks he'll read the news at 9. He'll end up as a janitor. Mr. Tiny Mouse thought he'd own a mouse house. Ended up in a message warehouse. Ended up in a message warehouse. Mr. Mouse thought he'd go into professional sport. Now he's an alcoholic and he's on. Now he's an alcoholic and he's on. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's the place your life becomes an endless questionnaire. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your hopes go to die. Lower your expectations. Maybe you could get a job in telecommunications. No matter how you try, you'll never reach the League of Nations. The best you'll get is middle rank in trading operations. So lower your expectations. You'll never win an Oscar, so there's no congratulations. The future that is coming will not meet specifications, and no amount of visualizations will save you from your own deterioration. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's a tramp who thought he'd be a multi-millionaire. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where self-esteem goes to die. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's the disappointment that is waiting everywhere. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your schemes go to die. That's where your dreams go to die. That's where dreams go to die.
Thanks all for what I'm sure is bound to be a classic of children's entertainment. Let's see how it's really done. Let's see how it's really done.
Before we wrap up the news tonight, I just wanted to spend a moment talking to you. Final thought of you will just be you. A final thought of you. See, I know you think it's got me complicated back at the old homestead, but there's something you should know. You like to think you've got the family rule, but feelings have cooled, and you're just ridiculed. You think you're even-handed, but there's nobody fooled. You clearly love your daughter more. You like to think you've got it under control. Well, if that was your goal, you better re-roll. Did you have a few too many at the watering hole? You clearly love your daughter more. Now Chris and Sam are broken, 'cause you're too scared of the law. And Charlie's getting angry, locked behind his bedroom door. But Susie thinks you're perfect with that holiday abroad. And I've gotta say, you clearly love your daughter more. One more time for a peaceful night. Yeah, you clearly love your daughter more. And that's news.
That's all we have time for tonight on the National Nightly News. We'll be back tomorrow when Jeremy will be wrestling an alpaca and I'll be naked. I'm Megan Wolf. Have a treacle night. Oh. Oi, just give me that beer. I'm fucking famished.
The Advanced Go-Getters initiative will put your children in the picture. With subtle brainwashing delivered in potentially hazardous environments. And when they talk about what's happening at home, we'll be listening and taking notes.
Wake up, Alex! Alex!
Wake up! Wake up! Or abandon them.
Oke guys, kayaknya live-nya aku cukupin sampai sini dulu. I feel tired. Nanti malam kalau misalnya aku bisa live aku live deh. Oke. Dadah guys, thank you. Bye.